Here we go. And take 1. Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're here with episode 2. Last episode we did landing. In this episode, we're gonna do something pretty fun. We're gonna do the next pre-freestyle trick, which is turning. So why do we need to learn to turn? Right? Can't we just fly straight forever and ever and ever? Well, if I had a good VTX, that would be no problem. And if I didn't mind walking, that would really be no problem. But in order to bring the drone out and bring it back, gotta learn how to turn, especially if I want to be able to see where I'm going. So today we're going to do turning. Hit the intro. That's me. I have to hit the intro. So why turning? I can bring it down safely, gently. Why turning? Well, I think turning is actually one of the most essential things that you can do in FPV. See, it's so important because if you're just flying in a straight line, well, that's not very exciting, it's not very fun, and you can't go where you want to go. You can fly it off into the sunset, but you can't bring it back, and we want to bring it back. So we got to learn how to turn, and not just turn, but turn consistently, turn pretty smoothly. So if you're driving a car, right, so what you have to do, you take the wheel and you just rotate it to the right or to the left, right? You rotate the wheel. Easy. That's all you do. It's all you do to turn the car. However, that's not the same. I don't think that really applies to FPV, all right? We can't think of it like that. Turning in FPV isn't just going right or going left. You need to keep two things in mind when you turn for FPV. It's kind of more like riding a bike or riding a motorcycle. When you turn, you're not just turning the wheel. This is me turning a wheel. I'm such a great, some really good gestures. You're not just turning the wheel, but you're also leaning. You have to lean and turn. When they, you know, you see those guys doing motorcycle races, they're going super fast, they're turning, they're almost touching the ground because they're leaning into it so much. They're not just turning the wheel, they're leaning. And that, I think, applies to FPV. Actually, funny story, when I was younger, I was on a scooter, and I didn't know this concept. I didn't understand this. So I went to turn the scooter, but I didn't lean my body at all. So I turned, and yet my body kept going forward, and I face planted into the ground. So that was cool. A good life lesson. Don't face plant into the ground. It hurts. That helps me to understand in FPV, you're not just turning once, you're not just turning with one stick, you're turning with both sticks. There are steps to turning. Step number 1, understand pitch, roll, yaw, and throttle. All right, the 4 directions or stick movements that you have on your controller, on my radio. So we have the 4 movements on the stick. We have the throttle, which brings it up. All right, this is what throttle does. It gives it that gas in that pedal. We have yaw, which rotates it around. Right, the camera's right here. It's 360 degrees. You can rotate it around. We have pitch, makes you go forward, right? You pitch forward to move forward. You pitch back to stop or go backwards, right? You pitch. That's pitch. And then finally we have roll, and roll tilts it side to side like a barrel roll. Star Fox 64, great game. So turning uses all 4 of those, but 2 main ones. Actually, no, it uses all 4. So you have to use all 4 of those to really get a good, smooth turn. Number 1 is to understand those 4 movements and understand them well. Number 2 is using these together. You use pitch and roll together. All right, you got to pitch and roll together, and then also using throttle and yaw. And when you put all those together, then it turns how you want it to. Do you see that movement? Look at that. That's the noise a drone makes. So it turns like you want it when you put those together. That's step number 2. Do them together. Step number 3 is just do it, but do it better. Sometimes that's the 3rd step in life. Do what you're doing, but do it better. The first 2 are the main ones, especially the second one that's super important, is just putting it together. Turning while you're pitching, rolling, and yawing, and putting throttle really is how you get that smooth turn. I say that like I do it often. I've done it once or twice, right? I'm learning, I'm getting there. That's how you do it. So I'm in step number 3 right now, currently. I'm trying to get better at it. Let's hop into the simulator and let's start our practice. Well, fellow flyers, I sound like an old man. Well, fellow flyers, that is it. Now we can turn smoothly. We can turn out of any bad situation, which is what we want. We want to be able to get out of bad situations and put ourselves into good situations. So I'm Timo FPV. Stay soaring. I don't like that. Got my notepad. We're gonna do a little doodle real quick. It's been fun. We're on day number 2. Let's get that done. Turning. Again, I'm gonna make this very clear. I'm not an artist. All right, I'm doing the best I can. Please do not judge me. I'm getting better though. We're gonna put a tree. We're gonna put a tree right here. Okay, looks like a Christmas tree. That's okay. Again, we're gonna put me over here. Got the radio, and we're gonna put the drone flying around the tree, just like we did today. Yaw and pitch. There's the drone around the tree. All right, for the reveal. Let's get that in frame. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. So we got day 1 over here, day 2 right there, me flying around the trees. Well, there you have it. Day 2 done, trick 2 done, 2 of 64 out of the way, completely finished. I give this trick another half star out of 5, simply because it's one of those, again, like I've said, it's pre-freestyle trick. You need to learn to turn in order to do much of anything else. Again, one of the basics out of the way. Hope you're having fun, hope you're following along, and I will see you next time. I'm Timo FPV. Stay soaring.